what do you need to have your own business? How do you become an entrepreneur? What do you need? You need
an idea.
An idea. You need
Execution.
Oh my God.
confidence, and you need execution. You need to execute your idea. All right? Next, what are some logistics as you're opening a business? What do you need to think about? You need to think about
Where?
You need to think about,
Your customers' needs.
okay, how do you fill a need? How do you find a niche? You need to think about legal protection and liabilities.
Money.
Go ahead.
Money.
Gosh, I'm going to put money at the bottom of the list. Bottom of the list. Go ahead.
Marketing.
How to market the business and how to properly legally form the business. Okay? Letter I. Letter N.
Interest.
Business insurance.
Insurance.
Right? And you need to have a business plan. Does it need to be an 80-page business plan? No, it can be a page. It can be written on a napkin. But you need to have the plan, and you need to have an idea, and you need to outline the idea, right? Piece by piece. Good? All right? How are we doing so far? You go to 8811, you go to Sutphin Boulevard, you go across the street. What are you guys doing? Pay attention. No swishing.
Okay, that's
You go across the street to the bodega shop. You buy the $3 form that you want to open. What's it called? A sole proprietorship. It's the most basic form. It's the most basic entity. Then you go back. You have to give how much money?
$120.
Cash.
Cash.
To the court. You enter the court, and then you go to the left, and then to the very end on the right side. You now have breathed life into your business. You have to give it a business name. It cannot be yours. You have to give it a physical address where you'll get your mail. And you have to, you get an ID. You get an ID number, a stamp, all right? Which now gives you like a tax ID, okay? Because as soon as you open the business, you'll have to, file properly. Let's keep going. Now I have my form for how much money? $120. I've spent $123 so far. Now I go to the bank. I'm going to do a shout out to Chase Bank. It was my first bank that helped me open the business. You go to Chase Bank if you want, or any of the above. You tell them, here's my form. Now Chase will seat you. You are now you're a private client. You know there's Chase for like the regular people. You're not regular anymore. You now have a business. You're elevated. You go to the bank and you go with a personal banker, and he will sit with you for about 30 minutes. And you will form a business account, you will form a checking account, and you will form a savings account. Your personal social security number is attached to your business, which makes you legally liable for any of the debts or legal issues associated with the business. We'll keep going. Then when you go to Chase, what will they give you? They'll give you a checkbook. They'll give you a bunch of, you'll open an account, you'll have bank statements, you get the app on your phone, the Chase app, and they ask you to put a deposit. Both my businesses started on $100 deposits, so that's fine. With that being said, that you have now formed the basis of your business, and then what's your third step? We did 2 steps so far. So the first was going to court, the second was going to the bank. What's the third one? You need to register your business, you need to get insurance. So Hiscox, that's the cheapest one I found, was HISCOX. Weird name, write it down. Someday, you're going to remember this conversation. And you'll say, what was that name of the insurance? What was that tutoring place? Q-K, all right? Queller, spelled like Q-K. No, pay attention. You have to get insurance. And now you have these 3 entities, and then you apply for a lease. Hopefully, you'll want a physical space of your own. You apply for a commercial lease. How do you get a commercial lease? How do you get a commercial lease? Do you say I have a business, or do you show the forms that you have the business? You have to show the forms now that you have the business, correct?
Yeah.
So when you go to your leasing agent, you need to show that you have insurance. You need to show that you have active insurance. You need to show that you have the forms. You need to show the bank. And to actually secure the lease, you need to have, at this point, this is the end of my list, is the money. You need to have a security deposit for a commercial lease. When you have a commercial lease, they usually ask for 2 to 6 month deposits. Go small when you're starting out. Go very, very small. Look for something obviously as hopefully a year later your business continues, at which point you say, you know what, I want more legal protection. You will now look into forming a corporation. There are several different forms of business entities. There's a corporation, there's an LLC, there's a partner. You can decide. No partners, guys. No partners, okay? No friends, no partners, okay? With friends, you discuss coffee and dumb topics, all right? Partners are the future people you will sue. You understand? You don't want partners in a business, all right? Let's continue. Next, you decide you want a corporation. You have to go to a CPA or an accountant. You need to do a corporate formation. The corporate formation now legally protects you from the business. So the business is a person. It's a separate entity, and you are a separate entity. And you really need to screw up to get personally sued when you have a corporation. Hopefully that will never happen. You now have a corporation. There are two kinds, a C Corp and an S Corp. If you want shares down the road, people can be investors in your business, at which point you can designate shares of it.